This video will be more or less a review of Group 2's Episode 1 and 2, their beginning sessions. At very first, they ran into a man named Antillian von Kiss, a roguishly handsome man, offering to hire them in service of the Uglon Empire. With accepting this contract from him, they will be working on preserving the peace before a parade, a military parade. While they accepted this, along with the terms of having to participate in defeating any forces they come across, they started almost immediately. And from that point, they all went their respective ways hunting down information. Rook almost instantly found an informant, a goblin man known as Kila Akura, very much willing to give info for money, and easily did, telling about a small group of people wanting to tamper with the parade. Day searched around, bugging the other group with her playful banter, and Navroth searching around, mainly towards the Mages Guild, for info on a beam of fire that has reached towards the sky about a week before, and Strotgrig hunting down other dwarvish fellows to gain info from them, and in the end going to the Mages Guild and asking the same questions as Navroth. After some planning, they chose to go to Kila in disguise, and fairly easily Rook won over Kila in his disguise of being a normal male, but then almost instantly changing into a minotaur and changing back. This won over Kila, saying that there are a few minotaurs and other unsavory folk meeting at an inn called the Rusty Blade. So he left the bar thinking that his job was done. But almost immediately after, Day and Strotgrig proved themselves to be minor nuisances to the plan, to where Day working towards getting her own information, as Strotgrig more or less gave that up, and gave up the plan of them being hidden, and more or less gave away them being undercover. As they learnt, words were thrown as Strotgrig attempted to attack Kila, passing through an illusion, and in a rage he left, along with Day, and Navroth watching all of this, staying quiet and leaving fairly close after. As Rook took Strotgrig into a small alley, threatened him, and left him to be, as Rook noticed a half-orc male threateningly walking closer and closer to Strotgrig. And that would be the ending of episode 1. Episode 2 would take place almost instantly after they attack, or after the half-orc is to attack the group, more or less Strotgrig, from the shadows, where Rook would have completely missed seeing the half-orc as he went into stealth. They almost immediately put down the assailant. He lasted mere seconds against 3 of them as they went off to their camp and started setting traps for the party members, more or less to annoy and not to harm. While they were hiding the body, they caught wind, or someone caught wind, of them doing so. A witch hunter, one of the many defenders of the Oakland Empire. As they tracked him, they thought wise to sneak behind the witch hunter, which the Rook did, and then the witch hunter made his presence known as being an official of the Oakland Empire. Doing so, they all agreed to give testimonies under a Zone of Truth spell, allowing him to know exactly what happened, and then they told him of a small force gathering in the Rusty Blade Inn, and he would go on to tell the information to his supervisor, and they would be joining him 2 hours later. As the 2 hours go by, the party members head back to their camp outside of the city. Navroth tripping a wire, making it go sky high. Not doing any damage, more or less hanging him upside down by his feet, and slowly his weight broke the rope. As the others gathered their items, and they, at the time, while they were getting tested, made a soup from a rabbit that got caught in a snare. From that point, after leaving camp, they were to go straight into battle, as they were over-prepared with the assistance of their employer and 2 witch hunters in the full party, as they assaulted a larger gathering of monstrous creatures. A lycanthrope wearing full armor, 2 minotaurs, a white, to their knowledge, cultists, basic bandits, and a dragonborn. They went into battle. Whenever Rook tripped and almost fell on his face, giving away their positions. And throughout the battle, it went downhill for the enemies fairly quickly. Then, after doing so, they all decided that it would be nice to rest. The lycanthrope, more or less, after being defeated, turned to ash. The dragonborn being bamfed away by the lycanthrope before his death, and all the other creatures being killed almost immediately. Well, not immediately, but soon after. And that would be the ending of the second session. Third session covering most other playing fields. All throughout that, gaining allies in the Oakland Empire, proving themselves to the Oaklands, and making a joke with the receptionist of the Mages Guild. This is a quick runner for Group 2 for any of them that want to rewatch, re-listen, and do things like that. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.